This is footage that was posted not long ago, just a few days ago. So I'm going to slow it down, and here's that big, bright, obvious light that she was looking at. Let's go ahead and watch this in real time. Notice it just kind of jumped over to the left like that really quick. So let's watch that again in slow motion. There it goes, down and under, appearing somewhere else. Now, I freeze framed this because I noticed shapes. And these shapes are interesting because I found them in other videos of drones. That light there off to the side is what someone called a drone. Yet there's that shape. So here's a video someone sent me to edit. I'm going to apply the exact same settings and see if I can find some shapes. Here it is, and there's nothing at all. So here's another video someone sent me. Again, I'm going to apply the same settings and see what I can find. Now here's some noise. It's very jerky. There's no coherence or emergence, just very random. Here's another video someone sent me. Same settings and absolutely nothing. Here is another video someone sent me. Same settings and nothing. Here's a video I did a few days ago from a man in Castle Rock. I applied the same settings, and this one has some similar shapes, but again, it's just that really jerky movement, no coherence, no emergence. So let's go back to the original video that we're focusing on here. That's that bright light that we saw. There's those shapes that kind of appear all of a sudden, all at once. It moved over to the left there, disappearing for a moment and reappearing. So I'm going to increase the sharpen, seeing if I can see these lights a little bit better. I feel like I can. So I'm going to increase the sharpening, again, just for fun. I know this is crazy looking. I think it's kind of cool looking, but just to see what happens. So here is our frame again, and I noticed this little dot on the very bottom of the screen. Let's go ahead and see if we can focus on that. There it is. Now that's an interesting shape. And then these other lights start to appear. That top one is interesting. It seems to move across the screen a little bit. So I'm going to increase the sharpen a bit and see if we can see these better. So there it is. We can see it better. There goes scooting again. So I'm going to go further. I'm going to sharpen it even more. There's our object at the top of the screen. It scoots forward and then disappears. Notice the dot that we originally saw now has other dots around it. Here's our original frame. I've cropped out the stuff we don't want. And let's wait for some other lights. There's one there in the middle of the screen. Let's focus on that one. There it is. I'd like to see it a bit more, so I'm going to increase the sharpening. And there it is. It just popped in. Everything changed all at once. And then there's that light that we saw. Strange shape. And there it goes. So here's our original video again. And now there's a light in the middle of the frame off to the right. Let's focus on that. And there it is. Those little dots there. That's that light we saw. So here's another light, kind of blinking in and out. We're going to focus in on that now. And there it is. That jump was not me. I did not do that. And as an example, here's other shots of an extreme sharpening, and it just jumps from that to this. I did not do that. And now you have the black and white at the top with the color on the bottom. Here's another example. These images are just going to jump into something completely different. There you go. And again, I did not do that. Here's an image I saw in my first symbols video. And here's one I saw in this video that kind of reminded me of it. I think it's so interesting that that was black and white and this is colored. I thought this was interesting. It seemed like there was a black shape behind these lights in this original video here. So I zoomed in and I saw this. It's really blurry, so this is going to be extreme, I know, but I applied some sharpening to it, and I got this, which I'm not saying this is what the craft is, I'm just saying it looks cool. This is another interesting thing I saw. I called it the little man when I saw it. Here's a close-up cut of it. It looks like a little man or something. And then I saw it again in a different frame. And just for fun, let's zoom in again on this guy, my little man. Now, this is a shape that morphed from frame to frame, and we're following it along. And again, this morphed into these different shapes. Here's an interesting one. That looks like a little butterfly. Another different like little butterfly morphing, and then finally this. And just a reminder, this is an image I caught from my first symbols video. It looks like what I would think a little bee. Now here's this image. It morphed into that. And this is the last one before it finally disappeared. And just for fun, here are some other little symbols that I found in this video. There's a ton more, but these are just the few that I grabbed.